Yeah, I am.
Oh,
we're there.
There we go. We're live.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Obstacle Racing Media's coverage of the Hyrox Invitational in Dallas. We've already had the women, and we've had an awesome race. And right now, the men look like they're in the corral. They're getting ready to go. Everybody's getting warmed up. Jack, let's go through it fast, man, because I think we don't have much time. Who's your picks for your men?
All right. Hunter's the man to beat. Till he loses, you cannot pick against Hunter. I know that backfired with Lauren, but this is Hunter's event. It's made for him. Number 2, I think David McGee is going to give him a run for his money on a lot of the things. If he doesn't get stuck at the workout zones, watch out for him. 3rd place, I'm going to go with Alex Roncevic.
All right, and I'm going to make this
He's run 4
incredibly
Hyrox before, so I think he's got the experience.
Let's
go to the athlete cam. Let's go to the athlete cam.
To make this incredibly boring, I have the exact same picks.
Okay, here we go.
I will show you later on proof. I have it on a printout, exactly the same.
I have it on video. I think Robert's going to do well. His running, he's not where he should be in terms of flat stuff, but he's done a lot of Hyrox specific training for a while. Matt Kempson definitely has improved his strength, but he had knee surgery at the end of 2019 and kind of has done a lot of what's it, tactical game stuff where he hasn't focused on running much. So I don't think that his running is going to be there, and it wasn't too great to begin with compared to what you need. But I think that, like Elijah right there, CrossFit Games athlete, he's going to just destroy some of these stations. It just comes down to, like, can he run, for instance, compared with the top guys. But I think that David, Killian, and Hunter are probably going to be on their own on the runs.
Well, I have seen Elijah on, I think it was the 2015 CrossFit Games. It was a rope climb sprint workout. And I tell you right now, it wasn't a long workout, so I mean, it might not actually transfer over and be as relevant, but he does have the sheer speed. He was destroying that one. And most of all, just as that athleticism, he was literally doing the legless rope climb, did 2 pulls, where everybody else was using like 5 because his elite was just fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something to watch.
Definitely.
And there's our guy Grant there. Like, Grant, go ahead, Jack.
He'll be like Faith, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's not as strong, but at the same time, like, he knows that he's not going to be a big contender at the front of the pack. But I mean, he's an entertaining guy, and I mean, hopefully we'll get to interview him after and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's great. And there's the man right there.
The man to beat.
Now,
I'm telling you though.
Love the pain.
Watch out for Megita though. I think it's going to be just as close as Rebecca. They're going to be doing wall balls next to each other. I think Hunter has the experience, but if Megita does not get stuck on the sled pole and his shoes he picked the right shoes, I think that he might be running 10-15 seconds faster per 1,000 than Hunter.
Well, and the thing about it too is, like, Megita's entire training, even his gym, is set up as a compromised running gym. He's got treadmills and working stations. That's what he does. That's his deal. We haven't put a ton of relevancy in practice runs. He does have some astronomical practice run times, but still, I mean, even if you add 5 minutes onto his run times, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jack.
Hunter looks a little leaner than he did at the World Championship.
I think you're absolutely right.
And I know for a fact.
How you feeling, buddy?
I feel super, other than my lower back and glute is cramping.
Wait till tomorrow.
wait till tomorrow, Jack said.
Oh, wait until tonight after we rehydrate with alcohol.
Yeah.
And this is why everybody loves space.
The other wild card is that Eric Hinman guy. A lot of people have been talking about him from his CrossFit background and the fact that he has like a triathlon, low 17, 5K. I think that's him right there.
Yep.
I just still don't know about. Like, I'm just nervous to pick a new person who hasn't proven it in OCR with the running. I don't know how good of a CrossFitter he was necessarily. So I can't say that he'll make up like 2-3 minutes on everybody because of that.
No, I agree. And I think that I already feel out on a limb calling for David McGee never having done this, but obviously we're very familiar with his background. That's my lack of stat pick. That's why usually I would go with experience as king, but in this case I think he had what it takes to come second to this guy.
Yep. So our third place person, Alex, both of us, we ended up saying that he's going to get third. He has had some really random pacing in his 4 events. Like, he's taken it out in 3:24, 3:29, 3:33, and then 2:57 once, which means he was going sub 15-minute 5K for the first 1,000 one time. Like, clearly the guy is not afraid to take it out, but a lot of his runs the rest of the race are in the 4:10 to 4:20 range, so he's only running in like the 6:30 or so mile pace at that point. So I think that he's not as strong of a runner, but he's done really well in the workout zones. He's been about 3 minutes slower than Hunter cumulatively in the workout zones. So that's my guess. He'll probably be about 4 or 5 minutes behind Hunter.
And this is the man who, in the Hyrox VCF, submitted a 8:25 2-mile.
Yeah, definitely.
In a hoodie.
What's that?
I'm very happy to see it because I want to see him go. I have heard from other people that he is legit, he is real, and that definitely want to watch.
He's done 4 of them, and splits are pretty even across the board, even without the sled stuff. He puts up solid times on most of the workout zones. He struggles on the wall balls at the end typically, so I think that he might go out a little too hot and then pay the price later. But he seems like a legit athlete.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at and just 102.29 is his best time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not nothing. That's impressive. Anything
13 seconds?
Yeah, anything close to that 1 hour mark.
I think Hunter and McGeeter are both breaking an hour. 10 seconds.
I'll go with that. And Hunter, I think he's breaking 57.
Killian will be right there if he doesn't struggle with the sled.
And they are off and running.
By Hunter, but yeah.
Oh, no. So this is no good, right?
Chip time. Doesn't matter.
All right, I'm going to switch over to Randall. Let's see if he can catch him coming around. Can you pick that camera up a little bit there, Theo? There you go. Beautiful.
So Hunter has typically been about 3:20 or so for his first K. I think Magita is going to go out even faster than that.
Well, it's looking like a shirt in the front.
Do you think that shirt stays on the entire race?
See if Magita can back up all this talk.
Oh, boy, this is what it's all about. Are you live?
No, they're on the other guy right now.
No, we're not.
Switch back and forth because he's catching.
There we go. All right, so what we saw there, pretty much everybody in a big group, but Hunter out first.
There was separation already between Kempson in 5th place. He was kind of leading the chase pack.
Your top 4 seemed pretty tight, though.
Yeah.
So that was we had Hunter, we had Alexander, David, and Magita, and who else was with them? Was it?
We'll know when.
Yeah.
But Magita was in 3rd, Hunter 1st comfortably.
Yeah, and Alex was in 2nd.
Yep.
But we know that Alex goes out fast. For him not to be up there would be a shock.
Yes.
Now I am noticing we are much more empty now. These men are getting a much clearer trail. Yep.
For our elite Invitational ladies, we have your podium ceremony up next. You can join me on
There we go. Hunter, Alex, Magita,
Killian. Okay. Kempson. Grant's running pretty well. He might be a little over his head with this pace, though.
Yeah, this might catch up to him.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of like we expected. Elijah, not the best runner, but I think that he's going to manhandle some of these workout zones based on his CrossFit Games background. So
All right, guys, they're starting the 3rd lap. I'm headed to the ski yard.
Okay.
All right, Matt. Theo, just stay where you are. You're perfect for right now.
Just for Hunter's gotten 323, 317, 323 in his 3 non-world championship ones. So if he's around 320 or so, he's right on normal pace, and he's not going too fast trying to drag everyone through.
Yeah, I don't think, and that's not Hunter's motive. You know,
No, he knows where he's
back.
Race doesn't begin until after the sled anyway.
Yeah, that is his exact quote. Race begins after the sled.
Yep.
So you got to if he is at the lead when that sled pushes up, done. You got to pretty much think you're hard to catch him. Killian decided to make a little bit of a move.
Killian's really good at the ski erg. All right, if somebody can get where they're actually touching the ski erg so we can get a first 1,000 split, that'll be a good idea. So if one of you
they're all by the camera here. I'm going to go to Matt. Matt, we're with you now.
Fantastic. Here he comes. Here they come.
305, 306. So they're going out hot.
Killian technically first to the ski erg. Hunter
They're running about 6.55
Alex.
5K pace. Killian is really good at the ski erg, so I would not be surprised to see him get off with Hunter. All these other guys, man, they're going out fast. I think that this might be a mistake for some of this trail pack.
Killian 140.
That's the stand. He had the fastest ski erg at DecaFit.
135, 136 for Hunter.
Whew.
He's done that.
139.
That's for Alex.
Magita
Sorry, I was trying to get out of the camera. I'm going to get Magita in a second.
No, you're doing great.
Magita 142.
Do you like the bob up and down by that camera guy right there? Just
so Magita's 140 right now. Let me go back, check on Hunter.
That's fine. That's not a big deal.
Hunter 138. Killian 142, 141.
I think right now, Magita is, and he said this in the beginning, he's racing the clock. He's not racing anyone else. He doesn't want to get caught up in anything. He has his pace he wants to run. So
Magita,
I think
Magita 142, Kempson 149. 300 meters. Eric Hinman 152. 142. Big Grant 150. Elijah 148.
Yep.
So that gives you an idea of how all the men are doing.
All right.
Killian is going hot.
Killian's really good at ski erg, though.
and again, using the entire body, putting everything into it.
Hunter's 142, and now he's slowed down a little bit. Now he's 148. Let's see, Hunter's at 521. He's at 514. They're really close. Wait, Hunter's now at 550.
You know how Killian likes to race, though. He wants to be in the lead the entire time. Hunter hurts just as much as anybody, but Killian's MO in races is, I'm going to be at the front, and you're going to have to earn it.
Yeah. He does like to get chased.
Yep.
And this is the thing, that right now, though, they're going to come out of here almost like as they came in a big pack.
Yeah.
Killian 625. Hunter 690, almost 700.
Okay, if I'm any of these other guys, like Magita, Killian, Alex, and I get off 5 seconds behind Hunter, 5-10 seconds, I would put in a little surge on that first run just to maintain contact, because you're not going to outdo Hunter on the sled, but you might as well be as close as you can to him heading into the sled.
Well, yeah, then at least you can keep sight of him, and you'll know how far behind you are, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Hunter's at 850. Killian's just over 800.
I think that's Killian's game plan, is just stick with him as long as he can.
Magita keeps looking over. I think he wants to know when it's done, when Hunter's done.
So again, I said Hunter's going to go sub 57. What do you think, Jack?
He looks fit, like right now. He looks leaner than he did in some of his past races, and it all depends on the transition time. That's what it comes down to, unfortunately, where we won't know who actually has. Okay, so Hunter's off. That was about 330, maybe 325.
329.
Somebody got off second. I don't know who that is.
Alex.
Okay,
Alex and Killian.
Magita is probably 10 seconds down, 15 seconds.
There goes Magita.
Magita is he's going to be on Killian's shoulder after this. I bet he puts in a little surge to close the gap.
Well, and they've been training together as well. So, I mean, he's well familiar with Killian. There goes Kempson.
This is really different, because in OCR, typically with the workout zones or a stadium race or an obstacle or something, you always go to the end, but everybody seemed to choose the closest one instead of running all the way to the end.
They don't have a choice. That's where they're putting them.
Oh, they're told to go there?
They're putting them in order so they know where they are.
Okay, gotcha.
It's over there. Yeah.
That kind of stinks.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, you've been looking at the ground way too much.
All right, no, that's actually for Theo looking at the ground now. We got Matt on the track here, so Matt's right where we need him.
Ryan Shaw with a 75-inch TV getting motion sickness.
Doing our best, guys. Doing our best.
There we go, Hunter.
Hunter looks smooth.
Yeah, just shaking out the arms.
It looks like he's jogging.
And that's Alex.
That's
behind
Alex second. Yeah.
Megita and Killian.
Megita's faster than Killian on the flats right now.
Well, Killian was, he was third to go out, so Megita overtook him. So now that, like I said, the sled will come out. We're going to figure Hunter's going to destroy that, and I believe Alex is probably pretty solid on the sled as well, is he not?
Well, yes, Alex went 145 on the sled in Europe, and they have a carpet, so I throw that out of the equation.
Yeah. So other than that, do you have any idea what a regular sled time would be for him on that?
For him in particular, I mean, Alex's 4 races that he's done, 145, 217, 225, 315, so he'll probably be somewhere in like the low to mid 2s over there, but I don't know how it's going to translate to the U.S. because we've said it so many times, but the carpet, you can't compare it. It's just different conditions.
And I would think Megita would probably do well on the sled as well. He does have that strength, and he's got the weight to push it. So again, there's Hunter. That's Elijah.
There's Alex. Okay, so he's maintained about the same gap.
Yep.
Hunter just lapped Elijah, so a second and third about to
Okay, Megita's closing.
And definitely has pulled from Killian.
Probably 6-7 seconds on Killian at that point. That looked like Kempson was about a lap. No, that couldn't have been Kempson. There's no way he got lapped at this point.
So it looks like, Randall, you're down at the sled post. Perfect. So after we see the guys run by again, we'll go over to the sled and wait for them there. There's Eric Hinman. That's Kempson there.
So the timing mats actually are on Hyrox's website. Hunter left there with an 8-second lead over Alex, and 11 over Killian, 16 over Megita. So let's see how that changes. Matt Morton was the other guy in the elite heat, and he was only 2 seconds behind Megita. So
there goes Hunter. Matt Morton. So he's And there's
Megita right on Alex?
Megita right on his shoulder,
Megita just passed Alex. We're going to head over to the sled.
All right.
It's going to be cat and mouse with Megita all race. His running, he's the best runner in the field right now.
All right, Theo, we're on you, bud. So we should expect to see Hunter, then David.
Hunter's coming down the pipe right now.
Okay. You can.
And Megita's hot on his tail.
Megita's been doing a lot of practice on a sled with 2 separate weight distributions on it instead of a single stack. So that's going to be different. All right. Power.
Head to head right here.
Oh, he is
5 seconds off.
And now what was this? Now Megita?
11:05 to 11:10. Who's in third? Is that Alex?
That's Alex.
He's moving it well also. But considering Alex has one of the fastest time in the field on the sled push, and it was in Europe,
but Alex already
to struggle a little.
Alex already broke there in the middle.
I think Megita did that right there to be like, look, I'm here. I'm right next to you. I'm going to be here all race. So
we got Killian in here working on his first.
Look at the technique Killian's using.
Look, he's got his arms low. That's a little different.
Well, Killian tried to put.
Megita making a pass.
Oh, Hunter's
Killian
not worried,
tried to push it and it didn't go, so he kind of did that weird reverse grip to pull it up. But I don't know how long he can maintain it like that.
It's definitely a different technique. He's almost pushing with his elbows. That looks like Eric Hinman starting.
Kempson just came in. The other Matt just came in.
Oh, man.
Look at this. Hunter
doesn't want to let him have it. He doesn't want to let him have it.
Oh. And keep in mind, David came in 5 seconds behind, so he's made up a little distance on this.
Matt, your camera's on.
Chris, we're not the Megita.
Hunter's up.
We're like the close battle team. I'm honestly a little surprised Hunter's struggling on the sled as much.
He's struggling. Like he even in the Invitational, he would take little breaks.
Early days.
Hunter in the World Championship, he was doing 8 to 10 steps.
Some people.
Sorry, go ahead, Jack. He was doing 8 to 10 steps.
Hunter did 8 to 10 steps, reset for 2-3 seconds, one again. That was his strategy the whole time. It looks like he's taking a little bit more rest than there, though. Although that was kind of a cut video, so we don't know the actual pause. 100% agree, Josh, as we've gone over many times. Carpet matters. Can't say that's the first time that argument's happened. Okay, I think Hunter is going to try to push this all the way to the end so he can start the... Oh, no. I was thinking he wants to get to the run before Magida because he knows Magida can fly right now.
But see, yeah, honestly, so this could be in Hunter's head where Hunter says this race doesn't start till the sled pushes over. So he wants to be ahead at the end of the sled push.
Killian is about 60% done.
And where's Alex has dropped right off. He looks like he has stalled out. Killian has passed him.
Oh, so
Hunter's
Alex
done.
is only done with two.
Hunter's
Okay,
done.
Hunter. Magida, you better get on it.
He's watching him. He's watching him.
Okay, so we've got about
He's off.
10, 12 seconds behind. Oh, he's walking though. Hunter was jogging. So that transition, I think Hunter's going to get a little bit of a distance. How's Killian do? Ooh, Killian's in the world of pain.
Everything to move that sled.
You also have to realize shirtless. Ooh, was he limping?
Oh, he is. Yep.
Calf, left calf.
Poking at his calf. Yep.
He just...
Behind.
Hey, Matt, is Killian favoring his left calf? He just pointed to it.
Hang on a second. I was just about to walk away. Hang on, let me look. He
Theo's
was
still
just,
with him.
Yeah, he looks like he might be cramping a little bit.
yeah, that weird style can't be helping him. I thought he was doing it just to get it started, but he's doing it the whole way. I'm gonna head to the pole.
Yeah.
So Killian's in a solid, but I don't know who's all those guys behind him if they're on their fourth direction.
I think some of them have made it up.
I know that Killian is for sure ahead of Alex right now. Alex is only about 2.5 of the 4 laps done.
Alex has dropped right off the map. Killian looks like he's going to come across. There he goes.
Okay, he's going to go. Let's see if he's favoring
He's
anything.
limping a little bit.
Oh, yeah, big
Oh,
time.
man. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
I don't know if that's...
And then
Oh, dang.
it looks like that other Matt just finished up, and then Eric Hinman.
Matt Morton.
Eric Hinman. Kempson's almost done.
Any view of the running? This is pretty much clear.
No, all right. Theo, why don't you head out to the run?
Yep.
Okay, at this point, Killian was a minute 31 down of Hunter, but he's hurt, as you can see. There was a 13-second gap between Magida and Hunter by the time that they left workout zones. Eric Hinman moved into 5th place behind Matt Morton in 4th. I think Killian, I'm going to say that his race isn't looking good with that calf right there. So those guys, this might be your 3rd and 4th.
The terrible part is it's not looking good for him, and yet he's in 3rd past the part that would have been the hardest for him. You know,
Yeah. I don't know if that's a cramp or if that was like a, pulled a calf, like, short-term, potential long-term type injury.
Well, I think we'll know a lot more when he runs by Theo's camera here if he runs by.
Yeah.
So here comes Hunter, and Magida is really on his tail. Like, what's that?
3-second gap, and he came in 13. So he's made up 10 seconds on the run already.
Wow, that's amazing. And again, I don't think Hunter's sweating it any, but I think it is. It's definitely going to be something that really pushes Magida. He's going to be like, "All right, I'm in this." He's feeling it.
I think Magida might end up getting to the sled pull before Hunter.
Yeah, and he's not going to struggle with it. That should be something that Magida does well. Do you figure everyone's going to do the walk tech? Oh, here comes Killian, and he's moving.
He's moving, but
Eric Hinman made up some ground on him. That's for sure.
No, he was within 10 seconds of him.
Was
But,
it?
yeah,
All right.
I guess that is ground.
Don't know who that is.
Nope.
So we'll know when they come around again. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Magida might have it in his mind.
If I was Magida, I would try to get there first. Put some fear in Hunter.
And he has passed him there.
Yep. But Hunter knows what he's doing. He is the best in the world at this for a reason. He never freaks out. He runs his own race, and Yeah, I wouldn't be. I think that they're going to have a hell of a battle when it comes to the burpee broad jumps, though, because Magida, he's done that 400 burpee workout, which you basically run a lap around a track, do as many burpees before 3 minutes comes up, and then just repeat that 8 times. And Magida has like the best time of all time on that, and Hunter has the best time in Hyrox on this. So I think that they're very comparable on that zone.
It's definitely, I think, though, the biggest thing got to be going through, and it is going through my head here, is, Magida put a lot of claims out there. I don't want to say he's talked a lot of trash, but he spoke up a lot saying
he felt snubbed.
Yeah, he felt snubbed. And right now, I mean,
we're here, boys.
All right. He's got all right. There we go.
I think Hunter's going to do better on this.
He does look like he's got a smoother technique right now.
He just got the gloves on, same as Hunter. Hunter's definitely moving this better.
Yeah, but I think Magida's strategy is probably going to be like through this portion, and it seems what he's doing is just to try to keep Hunter in sight and make it up on the run.
Mm-hmm. And just think, he was 15 seconds down or so heading into the last run, and he got there ahead of time. He can lose 15 seconds on this. He can lose 15 on the rower, and he'll make it up on the runs and probably get out around equal. And he's a pretty solid rower as well.
Yeah, he's looking solid. I mean, I'm impressed to see it.
This is the toughest zone without question.
Now, does the carpet play?
I can agree to that. I can agree to this, Jack Bauer. This is in fact my hardest zone too.
Now, does the carpet play as much of a factor in this as it does on the sled push?
I think the length of the rope plays a bigger role in this one. The carpet obviously makes a difference, but doing this on the same carpet with 25 versus 12.5 meters per direction, you're gonna have a much better time and less likely to get stuck with the shorter distance.
Killian's just finishing lap number 3 coming into the pool.
Awesome, Theo. So these guys have clearly separated themselves.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a surprise that we thought this would be completely a one-horse race, and Hunter's definitely showing his dominance on this sled drag. But the fact that Magida is still with him is
I'm not surprised with that. I think Magida is going to be close a lot of the race and make up 10, 15 seconds every 1,000 on the runs. I just think that Hunter, with the experience and just his ability levels with some of these workout zones, he's going to end up with the win, but I think Magida will be right there most of the race.
Killian and Hinman just arrived almost together.
Okay. Can we get confirmation that Alex Roncevic is kind of in no man's land at this point?
I've just been standing here. I'll find out.
Okay.
Theo, have you seen Alex?
I haven't.
That's not a good sign.
Hunter's about 3 pulls away here from moving on. Wow.
I think I see Alex now. I think this is his second lap coming through.
Alex has a blue shirt.
Yeah, this might be
Hunter's
his third
out.
lap, but I
Hunter
think
is
it's
done.
his second.
Hunter's 21 and a half minutes in at this point.
And he's a full length of the carpet ahead of Magida.
Yep.
Count the seconds here on this. I don't know if you got a clock on that.
I do. Yeah.
Let's stay here on. Oh no, Hunter has to do one more. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
bad.
still get the 3/4 time.
Right. Good idea. And we can get the final time as well.
Yep.
I'm going to move over here to Hunter.
I tell you one thing, I'm actually really relieved to see Killian is still going and looking better now. It looks like whatever that cap situation is has worked itself out. That looked a little sketchy on that pole. I was worried about him.
Yep.
All right, I'll do a stopwatch of when he finishes this section as well. But do you have him? He's still working on that.
Let me know when Magida hits the other end, and I'll give you a split.
Okay. He is less than halfway. He's losing a lot of ground here, my man.
Okay, because it's been a minute since Hunter.
Hunter's got one more pull.
There we go. Okay.
Hunter's on the way. Okay, Theo, you just hang where you are. You're perfect. We'll see Hunter when he goes by.
Okay, I just started a clock on Hunter. Magita's got, looks like, one more pull. Here's Killian and Hinman on their first time down this end. All right, he's moving down here now. What was the split there?
21. He's like a minute and a half behind.
Okay.
Wow. And that when they came in at essentially Magida came in a couple seconds ahead.
Yeah.
Yes. Forrest wants to know, does anyone know what shoes Hunter's wearing? I believe he wears Brooks for this.
I like Ian's comment on Hunter's pain face. Looks like he's about to poop and throw up at the same time. Pretty accurate description, Ian.
Yeah, he probably feels that way.
Yeah.
So, Jack, can you tell now pace-wise? How are they looking pace-wise to hit on sub 57?
So Hunter last year, he was at 20:59 heading out of the sled pull at Dallas, and this year he was somewhere in the high 21s. So he's not on the same pace that he was last year.
I wonder if he's held back a bit and saving it for later, or we'll see. Because I know he had said that he wanted to go, he wanted to break.
I've got eyes on Hunter about to finish his first lap.
That's his lead. That's his lead.
Full lap, McGee's about done.
Yeah, last pull. And McGee.
Okay, so he's a lap behind.
Minute 40, guys. Minute 40.
Minute 40 plus transition time. So 2 minutes.
No, I'm just saying he left a minute 40 ago.
Okay, gotcha.
And we just saw Hunter just ran by Theo's camera now.
How's Grant doing? I bet Elijah's going to do really
I
well.
want to see Elijah pulling this sled.
Use your body, walk your head.
How's he doing?
But Grant in that tug of war, let's not forget about him. He was pretty solid against Kurt.
And McGee just got onto the track for his first lap.
Okay.
Yeah, Grant was spectacular in that tug of war. Grant is just an amazing athlete. If he had a little more foot speed, he would be a definite threat.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at, they have the split online, 22:48 for Hunter leaving the sled pull. David McGee 24:31. So he is a minute 43 down.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Well, we were just confirming how right you are, Matt. He was giving you an attaboy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I need a lot of validation. I'm the fourth child. Did I ever tell you guys that? I'm the baby of the family.
You didn't need any help with Math Corner this time either.
I used my Koros watch. Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not yet.
There's Megita. Oh, no, that was Hunter again running by. So Hunter just ran by again for a second. So, yeah, I wonder if somebody like Grant, if Grant had put a little more time into his running, or, what kind of abilities he would have if he would be able to be a real contender at Hyrox.
He's not a CrossFit athlete, though.
He does a lot of CrossFit training.
It's true, but he's not like, someone with a high level
No.
background in that. I think that's the biggest difference maker. You need to be good at CrossFit and be able to run, as opposed to just being a fit person overall.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, guys. I meant to say this earlier. If I didn't, Elijah has done the three of the four workouts for the quarterfinals yesterday and the day before, or yesterday and today. I can't remember which. Anyway, so I didn't think he was going to do great today because of that. He knew he just, timing didn't work out, but he didn't want to quit. So that's why he's still here.
Props to him. That's amazing.
All right, Hunter's finishing up lap 3. I'm going to go meet him over at the burpee broad jumps.
All right, great job, Theo. And there goes Kempson off. So with that, what is it? Minute 40-second lead.
So Alex actually moved back into third place, is what it's saying on the splits.
Really?
Yep, 26:55. Hunter still has like a 4-minute advantage over him.
Looks like Eric Hinman's done.
Can we get the next zone? I guess it'll be burpee broad jumps. I think Megita's going to have a really good zone, but Hunter has the fastest
Hunter is
time
flying
ever.
right now.
Yeah, Hunter has the fastest time ever. Look at his form. He stays bent over and leaned forward so that you can use that momentum towards the next jump. A lot of people rise right up. But
So I've got Kempson third and Hinman fourth. What do you guys got? Is that right?
The website is showing Kempson 9 seconds down of Alex Roncevic for Kempson's in fourth. Eric Hinman's fifth, about 20 seconds behind Kempson.
Got it. Okay.
Hunter
Alex,
is-
I believe, is in the blue shirt.
Hunter is just
moving.
crazy.
So Hunter has done this particular. 212, 240, 207. I'm expecting closer to 212 today. He looks like he's man on a mission for this zone.
I wouldn't
If
be
that's the
surprised if he's
case,
sub 2.
yeah, if that's the case, Megiddo left about a minute 45 behind him. I would say that Megiddo will probably be halfway down his lane by the time Hunter finishes. So let's, because Megiddo's really good at burpees. We'll see where he stacks up.
Megiddo's just getting into the burpee broad jumps right now.
There we go.
Okay, so that lines up pretty closely with what I was guessing.
So he maybe made up a little bit of ground on the run, but not a ton.
Potentially, but I don't think as much.
Oh, that was the first stall from Hunter there.
When he's finished, can we swap? I need to hold that. I'm like moving all over the place.
There we go. He's got to be getting close there. You saw Megiddo going the other way.
Has Megiddo started? I haven't seen him.
Yeah. They just passed. He's
Oh, I see him. Yeah, so he's about halfway down the first lane, which is right around where I thought it'd be based on their.
Hunter's got one burpee left, and he's gone.
Okay, Hunter flew on that.
Was he sub 2? I thought he might go sub 2. The speed he was going.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, battery.
Started. Got at least 216.
That's insane.
Look at that. And now nobody else has even come in yet.
So that's Megiddo coming down. Yeah. No, well, Megiddo had a 2+ minute lead over Kempson and Alex in third and fourth. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Hunter 29:18. We'll find the difference afterwards. If I look at Hunter's best time ever through that zone, so he's about a minute slower, maybe 45 seconds slower than his fastest ever. But he's still doing well. Megiddo's definitely not going as fast, but
no, he's hurting a bit.
Yeah.
Randy wants to know, do you know Megiddo's 400 burpee score?
It was like 249 or something. He averaged over 30, which is just ridiculous. Anything over 200 is a great mark. So.
Now, do you think at this point, like I know Megiddo is suffering, but do you think at this point he's like, okay, catching Hunter is an impossibility. Now I'm just going to maintain my gap and get my great performance in.
I just think he wants to put up a respectable time, race the clock, and prove that he wanted to, or that he deserved to be in this heat after all the,
Hey, Benjamin Pina, take that $10 and donate it. Click the little $ button below, buddy. help us out here. Did I mention I have 3 children and a wife? They're very expensive.
So Hunter, now it's a minute 40. So that gap that he started with the run has passed. So Megiddo has lost time on this workout zone.
Oh yeah, we just saw Hunter run by as well.
Yep.
So I mean, pretty soon he'll be at the next station. I imagine that was his second lap. So he'll have 1 lap left, and then he'll be into the next station. Megiddo is not quite through the burpees yet.
I wonder if Megiddo has any fuel because he's looking a little shaky.
So he makes that last
Okay,
jump.
I'm at the rower. I'll let you know when he gets close.
Okay, so
All
it
right.
looks like Megiddo's about 220 down based on that split. Alex, he's popping back. I don't know if that's the best idea. He's standing up really tall. And if you remember Hunter, he had that lean forward, kind of stay in a crouch.
Yeah, but Alex has, he's in third. He's solid showing because he had a rough sled pull or sled push. He did not perform well on that sled push. He lost a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
I was starting to question our wisdom there, Jack. It was getting a little sketchy.
No, never doubt yourself.
And then is that Kempson back there?
Officially, David Megiddo's 222 down.
No, that's Eric Hinman.
That's Eric. Eric's
he's
a better
doing that
runner than Matt Kempson right now in his current fitness. Kempson's also really good with burpees.
Now, Theo, go to Eric for a second. Look at the technique he's using.
Yeah.
The 1 step forward, and look at the ground that he's made up on Alex. Oh, and now he died. But still, he's used that technique, and he's made up a lot of ground.
Yeah. Well, it's tiring on your hip flexors to do the hip pop. It looks like Alex isn't jumping as far either.
No.
It's because he's standing up nice and tall. Look at Eric. He'll stay in a crouched position, leaning forward without rising up. And Alex, it looks like he's standing pretty much vertically on every takeoff while he swings his arms. I think that's preventing him from jumping farther.
And Eric's almost using that momentum from taking that second step right into the jump almost.
Yeah.
Here comes Hunter McIntyre.
We're going to switch over to Hunter for a bit.
Yep.
Here he comes. He's making that last turn into the old in section. Thank you, Tim J. We appreciate it. Here we go. Here comes the sheriff himself.
There we go. Now, what kind of pace do you expect from him on this there, Jack?
High 130s, low 140. He'll probably do this in about 315 to 320.
315.
Hunter's a fantastic rower.
So Megita should get there before he's done, though.
Yeah. With that, Megita had a 222 deficit. I would imagine he'll probably get to the rowers at about 210 or so. He's consistently shaved off 10 to 15 seconds per running lap.
What do you guess on this pace, buddy?
I'll
tell you what it is.
138 to 140.
You got a dead tits on, my man. He's 140.
Yeah. And this is like under control for him. Hunter's a really good rower.
Now, do you think Megita...
Can you talk a little bit about this form? Like, why is he so good? Talk about his form.
He's got a lot of power in it. A lot of people have way too high of a stroke rate, which means how many pulls per minute they're doing. Hunter, I would bet he's probably 26 to 28 or so if you look at the bottom right corner of his. And that means he's just getting more power with every pull and wasting less energy having to just do a bunch of pulls to cover the same distance.
How much is he using legs versus arms and all that? That's what I was asking as well.
Oh, a lot of legs. Just look, you can see his hamstrings like when he's actually like on every single drive. It's essentially a horizontal deadlift that he's doing.
And his height helps with this too.
Yeah,
a bit
and
of
weight. Just weight lets you move it a whole lot. But Hunter's a very, very good rower. I think he went like 607 for a 2,000 meters, which means he averaged like 131, 132 per 500 for that entire 6 minutes.
He is just under halfway.
All right, I'm going to take a quick flip back to Theo because he's got a good race going here.
Okay, Matt, let me know when Megita gets there.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Killian and Matt there.
Megita's here.
All right.
Megita is there. Okay.
All right. We're back on Megita. Hunter?
Megita will probably be closer to like the 145 range. He's not as good of a rower, but he's still a pretty solid one.
Hunter is now at the 145 range, though. He slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. What's his stroke rate in the bottom right corner, Matt? 26, 28?
It says 30 in the bottom left. 29,
okay.
29,
okay.
30.
Yeah, that's how many pulls he's doing per minute.
Like you said, I think he's got himself a nice steady pace. He's not crushing it. He knows he's not in danger.
Yeah, Hunter's totally in control with this. He's probably using this as almost a break so that he can come off the run, have a quick transition, and put a little more of a gap.
Yeah, he often does not get the credit for the cerebral athlete that he is, for the amount of thought that he puts into all of this.
Yeah, I don't know. Once he returns to OCR, like the modern generation who isn't familiar with him and thinks that he was just a product of the early years, they don't realize how good Hunter is. So he's
900 meters. 900 meters. Hunter's at
900. Tell me his time on the display once he reaches 1,000. It'll probably be about 325 or so.
He's at 30 pulls per gigawatt. 145 is the pace. He's at 323, 324.
Okay, so 320. So he averaged about a 142 on that.
And Matt, what's David at?
Probably he looks a little slower, probably like 145 to 150.
Dave's at 158 now.
Okay.
158. Oh.
How far in is he?
A little less than halfway, 450.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to set himself a coast mode now.
Yeah.
He's trying to manage the gap for a second.
Yeah, and listen, I know we're still 5/8 through the race, but I gotta say, if David comes in second today and beats everybody else by a lot, that's a huge day for him. Even though he doesn't beat Hunter, it still backs up a lot of his snuck talk. No, Jack Bauer?
Totally agree. He should have been here as one of the invited people early on. And his time, if he's within, like if he is on the wall ball when Hunter is doing wall balls, that's amazing. like very few people. Ryan Kent.
Here comes here.
Killian.
Nope. Where's he going? I think he's getting water. Oh, he's getting water. Oh, they're just getting water. They still have another lap to do, I guess.
Pain train.
Oh yeah.
They are hurting. And they've still got several. They're halfway through the race.
Yeah, Killian just finished his burpee broad jumps. He's going out for his first lap after.
Okay.
Nice.
Ashley Heller checking in from Idaho.
Now, Theo, is everybody through their burpee broad jumps now? I see Grant going out
We
there.
might be trailing one person, but I believe so.
All right, why don't we head over to catch a little bit of the run?
Yep.
Okay, so if we do a side-by-side
Sander right here.
if we do a side-by-side comparison, Magida
Here
has
comes
been
Hinman. Hinman just started his row.
Okay. So go ahead, Jack, side by side.
Yeah, so Magida, so far on his first 5 runs, so essentially through 5K, Hunter ran 18:43. Magida was 17:51. So Magida's taking off about 10 seconds per running loop, and
Great
the
job,
biggest
Hinman!
big difference maker. Hunter went 2:03 on the burpees. That's the fastest ever over his previous best. Magida was a full minute slower. And it's just, he's been kind of shedding time on these workout zones. Hunter, that's where he's really been making it up.
Did you say 2:03?
2:03.
That is incredible. And Magida's done. He's heading out for his run.
Okay. Got a split in a second.
Looks like 1:45 pace for Hinman.
Yeah, so Magida, Hunter was 3:50 on the rower. Magida was 4:14. So he was about 24
Hunter
seconds
finishing lap
slower.
2, it looks like right now.
Yep.
All right, well, we might as well send Theo over to the next station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magida's getting second at this place. He's not going to have enough time to make it up on the run with how well Hunter's also running.
There you go. Kempson's got that little pause there each time. He looks like he's not being quite as smooth as he could be.
This is also the best that Hunter's run in his previous races. So it's good on him and scary for everyone else.
Well, that's the thing. Now, how's his pace comparing to his record pace? Is he close? Is he near?
That's the thing. It's like you can't tell because of the workout zone splits or the transition zones because it's not the same in all of them.
Well, right now we're at about 40, almost 41 minutes.
Yep. So if you add up all of his time from Dallas on the first 5 zones, he was 36:06 plus a few minutes of transition. So maybe he was probably about 38 or so. So he might be about a minute slower.
Wow. So we got Kevin says here, I feel so bad for Atkins and Lindsay because of COVID and the international. They can't race for 2 years. Well, that's terrible.
Hunter's coming in right now.
Hunter's coming in? All right.
Don't do that again, Matt.
Sorry.
Caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
So, Hunter, does he go unbroken on this? I know he's going unbroken before.
Oh, yeah. Hunter has the fastest time in the U.S. Out of any race that's happened so far on the Farmer's Carry. He's not going to put these down.
He is just cruising.
Yeah, I don't have a gimbal, so I'm not going to try and run.
No, you're doing great, Theo. That's a good spot. We can see him fine. And just for everyone watching again, Jack, what's the weight on those kettlebells?
70 pounds for them. It's 32 kilos, I believe. The women had 24 kilograms.
Just the traps and shoulders and grip all got to be exploding.
Yep. Hunter, so before the rower, he ran a 4:03. After the rower, he ran a 3:46. So he sped up like crazy on that last stop.
Now, like you said, you have great time on this. What's the key to getting a really good farmer's carry? What's the key to getting a good time on
that? Run. Don't walk. A lot of people seriously, it's that simple. It's like, don't put it down and try to run with it. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm unstable. I'm just going to walk with it because I'm more stable. You just have to run.
And that's it. He's done.
Yeah. So Hunter went 1:15. His old best mark on this was a minute 20 or a minute 19. So he set another fastest time.
That is unbelievable. All right, here we go. We got
Magida is not done with his run yet.
Yeah, Magida is nowhere in sight right now. He's just finishing up his lap. It looks like he's about to come in right now.
all right. You'll stay with him, Theo. We've lost Matt's camera for a second anyway.
He's coming in
All right.
right now.
So Magida, let's see, he ran 6 seconds faster than Hunter on that. Beforehand, he was running 10 to 12 seconds faster. So I think that Hunter is maintaining, or obviously Magida's the better runner still, but Hunter's closing that gap in terms of how much time he's losing on every lap. But at this point, it's kind of not even a question who's got the win.
No, but I mean, I think we can all agree that just Magida has, backed up his talk. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And now, again, he still has the gloves on. The question is, will he have the same kind of issue that Sarah had earlier today? Because she had to ditch the gloves midway through the carry.
I don't like wearing gloves. I'd rather chalk them up. Sometimes I don't even chalk. I just grab it and go.
Yeah.
Because it's transition time.
No, he's looking smooth. He's moving at a good pace. I don't think he's doing 15, but...
No. So if we're looking at let's see.
Thanks, Nick Riker.
We're at the
All right,
halfway.
so Magida has a 3 minute and 16 second gap on Eric Hinman in third.
Oh, he's
and
broken.
then broke.
There you go. He set him down.
Matt Kempson is 40 seconds behind Eric in fourth.
Nick Riker, you're the man. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Nick Riker. I'm hanging out at Sandbag Lunges whenever you guys are, when he's ready to come around. I'll let you know.
All right, well, we'll stick with the farmer's carry until Hunter rolls into the lunges.
Yeah. It's
Magida
very
broke
clear
against-
that Magida is not going, even without the drops, he's still not moving as fast as Hunter was every step.
No, he might be stepping at like a 130 pace, you figure?
Oh, no, he's probably in like the 140s.
No.
Yeah, he's going noticeably slower than Hunter was. There's Hunter doing a lap.
Oh, do you see Hunter just check back at Magida when he set
just
him
looked
down?
at him.
I'm surprised he didn't stop and talk to him.
Could have wait. He could have said, "I'll wait for you."
Oh, you know what? If he wasn't going for the record, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Magida is probably going to walk away with $3,000 after this, and probably have one of the top 10 times of all time. So it's just comparing yourself versus Hunter on this level.
Magida's done.
It's tough to do.
No. He's looked so.
David Magida went 159. Hunter went 115.
159 with those sets down. That was pretty good. And it looks like you
that's
got Alex
45 seconds that he lost right there, though.
Oh, no, that's not Alex. Sorry.
Nope. Eric Hinman's in third, so that's who we're looking for.
Eric Hinman's done well. Like he's looked solid and steady.
Yep. So at this point, Hunter has a 2 minute 58 second lead over Magida with wall balls, lunges, and 2,000 meters of running left.
Hey, real quick, while we're waiting, why don't you let us know? We got 400-something folks here. Give us some comments. Let us know where in the world you are checking in to watch this. We'd love to know who's watching all over the bloody world. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, what Matt said. I'm in Colorado. You're in Canada.
There's Killian coming out of the row. He's still limping pretty hard.
Yeah.
Dang.
Don't like seeing that. He was on a great pace to start to. Well, we got Yaletown girl watching from Vancouver, Canada. Another Canadian. There we go.
Prince Edward Island.
Oh, PEI. That's Sue from the Discord.
Here comes Hunter McIntyre.
All right.
I got him.
We're on Matt.
Sandbag lunges. So Hunter in the past, we'll get Matt. You got a clock on this?
Shoot. No, sorry.
47.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
So Hunter in the past has done a 2:55, 3:09, 3:02. So we're expecting about 3 minutes. So he should get off at about 50:42 if he's on pace. And if not, he'll be faster or slower slightly.
You are right. He will be. Those are all the options.
You got him?
Could be equal. I didn't mention that one.
There you go. Again, he's not pausing in between. He's stepping with every lunge. We got Linus 15 from Germany watching.
Yeah, so Hunter's last lap, he went 3:55. He's been pretty consistent. Oh, actually, he's kind of been 10 seconds higher or lower, depending, but that was right around his average.
So again, running a good pace. This is the first time I've seen him where he's looked a little bit, like struggling, like he's feeling the pain now.
He's fine. He looked like this at the World Championship, and he's got a 3-minute lead on Magida. He can break up the wall balls in a huge set and still be fine.
We're sitting at around 48.50 now.
Dude, people are checking in from the UK, from Compton Plains. Thank you so much for checking in.
Benjamin Pina, thanks. Pina. I'm terrible with the last names, but
Ben Pina. I know him. Yancey Camper.
There you go.
He's San Antonio, Texas.
We got Kempson coming in here in third.
Oh, he made a move.
Kempson, plowing, way to go.
Okay, so Hunter probably has about a minute left in these.
Portugal in the house. Luke DB from the GB in the house.
Holly Towers from the UK.
Oh, shit, I'm in the way. Sky King having the boat party at Lake Havasu. What?
Again.
So Killian at the last checkpoint, he 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes behind fifth place. So that calf is definitely affecting him.
Oh.
All right, Eric Hinman, he is 3:35 outside a second. So Makita still has a pretty big gap.
Yeah, I think we're just like you said, we're going to see Magida just try to manage that.
Yeah. So let's see, Hunter, if he's on about 2:45, he's going to finish this at about 2:50, which will be his best ever. So imagine that, Hunter, with another personal best. Yeah, no one was beating him today. Okay, that looked like it was about 2:56. Okay, so that matches what he did in Chicago last year.
Tom Hogan from Ireland.
Hey guys, somebody asked what was the qualification process. Can you let them know kind of the history of this event and what it's about?
You want to take it, Dave?
Yeah, so this one was an invitational, so everybody was invited by Lauren or Hunter, the reigning champions. But there was also a standard where if you performed in the top 3 of the Hyrox VCF, the Virtual Championship of Fitness, then you were guaranteed a spot in the invitational. So basically, yeah, it was invite only. There was no real qualification other than that VCF. Beyond that, I think you're just going to find if they do this again, you're going to definitely see someone like David Magida not have to worry about it next time. That's Magida.
All right, guys, I'm going to stay with Hunter on his run, and then I'm going to follow him into the wall balls.
That's great, Theo.
Hunter's on about 58 flat pace right now. If you add up, because it's going to take him about 4 minutes, a little under 4 minutes for the last run, and a little under 4 minutes for the wall balls if he does what he's typically done. So he left the lunges in 50:30, so at about 7.5 minutes of that puts him about 58 minutes.
About 50, so just over the 57:30 that he'd like.
Yeah.
Unless he shaves a bunch of time off those wall balls.
Yeah, he might need to go unbroken, but that's a lot of pain to put yourself into when you know you already have it locked up. Yeah.
And I mean, there was motivation when he broke that record. There was cash, bonus cash for breaking it, whereas this time there's cash for the win, but they're not going to ask by how much.
Yep, so 57:34 is the time to beat, and we'll see how it ends up. Is he at the wall balls? Or?
I don't think so, not yet.
Okay. I just heard the lady in the background.
Theo's with him.
At 57 minutes and 34 seconds.
David is definitely pushing through the pain here.
Have you seen Hunter fuel at all? Like take any calories?
Not one bit. Not even water.
That's insane.
All right, he's finishing up his last lap.
All right, we're going to go to Hunter.
So he has 4 minutes 15 seconds till ties the record. Let's see. If you want to let him know what his time to beat is on wall balls, let me know.
He kept going, so I'm not sure if he was 1 lap behind. Maybe I miscounted.
Well, hopefully he didn't miscount again.
Right, apologies.
That's all right. Matt, we lost your camera there, bud. So we'll just stay with you, Theo. Is that Alex there? That's Alex.
Blue shirt. So right now,
Still with Magida. Looks like he's just about to finish.
Damn it.
So heading into the Sandbag Lunges, which some people are still on or haven't reached yet. Magida second. He's well over 3 minutes behind Hunter. Eric Hinman's about 3.5 minutes behind Magida. Matt Kempson is about 2 minutes behind Eric and about 30 seconds behind Kempson. And fifth is Alex Roncevic.
All right.
Here it comes.
We just finished the lunges, and Hunter's coming in.
Yeah, Hunter's got to do these in sub 3 if you want. That's not possible.
Oh, no, I don't even think that's Hunter.
Here it comes.
He's checking
he's
his
got to
watch.
do them in about 2:40. That's physically not possible.
Sorry.
Our judge is being really thorough on him there.
Can he do it here in Dallas? His final 100 wobbles.
So, Jack, can you think of anybody in any other sport right now that can beat Hunter at this event?
I don't think so. I don't even think Matt Frazier is, like, if he focused on it, I still don't know if he's a good enough runner to, and Hunter just doesn't have enough weaknesses to, like, say that he's 2 minutes of a better runner than like the best CrossFitters and stuff. I don't think that anybody is 2 minutes better than him on the workout stations who can keep up with him on running like that.
No,
What are your thoughts?
No, I completely agree. Like, I mean, Matt Frazier in his prime, or maybe a guy like Rich Froning, if they put everything they had into it.
Yeah, Froning wasn't a great runner.
Yeah, but I don't think they had, like I'm just saying, I don't think they have that natural running ability that Hunter has.
Yeah,
It's his skill set. Like, his technique is really good running. He's not just like a freak. He's a studied athlete. He knows what he's doing. I know he has said that he thinks people are going to come and blast him and blow him away, but I don't see it anywhere right now.
I think if they had a Hyrox half where it was like 500 meters of running, then he might be in a little bit of trouble. If all the workout zones were half the distance also, because people might be able to power through it differently, and it's only 30 minutes for your energy system, which is still a long workout, but I don't think there's anybody on the planet.
Yeah. I think
Do you know how many reps he's at?
No.
Let me get a count for you. It looks like he's about to hit 50.
Okay, he's about 45 seconds off. Okay. He's 45 seconds off the record, so he'll probably end up being low 58s.
I'm sure he won't complain about that.
No, or $10,000. A lot of people are mentioning Atkins. How do you think he would have done?
You know what? I mean, obviously the engine is beyond belief, and he proved that doing DecaFit.
Yeah.
I think though some of the techniques might be a little elusive to him, just like again like David Magida, his first time out. I think if Atkins focused on it, he'd be a guy that could push him, but not yet. And you know, that's almost treason in Canada to say Atkins wouldn't win, but. Yeah, I think he would have the ability, but I don't think he would ever focus enough on it. I don't think he'd have the love for it the way he does for the longer runs in the obstacle course racing, and I think that would prevent him from dedicating full-time training for it.
Mm-hmm. I think that Ryan Kent is probably the best bet with his running ability. Isaiah obviously has just a ridiculous engine. He went unbroken on the wall balls when he did it one time, but he's just not the runner that he used to be. I think maybe like a circa 2015 Isaiah. That would have been dangerous, but I think Hunter's on a different level. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I don't even know, like, Isaiah. I mean, he had a time of 110 in the past, something around that neck of the woods.
No, he was like he was only he got on the wall balls a couple minutes behind Hunter.
Oh, okay.
He finished third in Miami.
So roughly 58-23. So obviously the record has sailed.
Yep.
But luckily the
Hunter was
I'm at the finish, guys.
58-39.
I'm at the finish. If you want to come here, I'm at the finish.
He was 58-39 last year, 58-36 this year is what it's looking like. So he still did those wall balls in under 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
58.
Now, obviously, missing Lucas Strauss today. How do you think he would have compared to Makita today? I don't think he would have been able to keep up with Hunter, but
Were you going to say something?
Oh, were you saying something, Matt?
God damn it.
all
All right, so just as a comparison, last year in Dallas, when in different venue, but still Dallas, Hunter had 2 minutes 32 seconds of transition time. This year he had 3:46. So realistically, he was closer to like a minute 15 faster if you take those out than he was last year, and then 5 seconds faster in terms of the actual workout itself. So he probably, this performance was worth about a 57:30, which is right around world record time.
All right, so we got a comment here from Luke Fit.
I was going to say, you could take this one.
Where did he go? Sorry, hold on. There he is.
I would have liked seeing Lucas there.
This is Lucas's comment here. Yes, I was ready to race.
Yeah.
So
I think he would have been right up there at the start, and I'm sure he might have changed his strategy a little bit since the last time that he did the World Championship, because he was basically in the lead the first half of it. He's just got such a great engine, but Hunter's just so good. But I think that Luke and David would have been battling on wall balls, and I don't know who I would have picked.
Yeah, sadly for Luke and Viola, they both ended up having to miss it. And Luke, like you said, he's proven sub 60-minute guy. Would have been great.
McGeeta's still doing really well.
Oh, he's doing fantastic. And again, with Luke, unfortunately, we cannot get into the U.S. So yeah. That's a bad break for all of us, but especially for them. Yeah, Makita is looking fantastic. So how many has he broke? Any idea where he is at?
I don't. I know all that I know is according to the timing, Hunter finished the race 7 seconds before David ended up getting to the wall balls. So I guess we were slightly off that they'd be on there at the same time. But still, there have only been like 3 or 4 people who have ever been on the wall balls at the same time as Hunter. So Makita's putting in a heck of a performance.
Oh, we have another comment here.
Sarah Coulty would have been great.
Yeah.
If you had no international restrictions with how deep the women's field was today, that would have been just a crazy race. But Rachel, her performance today still would have been tough to beat.
Another message from Viola. So sad. Yeah, we're sad you weren't there too, Viola. It would have been fantastic to see you go head to head with those girls.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have definitely affected some of my podium picks if those two.
Oh, I wouldn't have been the same at all. Yeah, it would have been a lot more international. Do you want to put on the audio for the race?
We'll try. Yeah, you want to unmute your mic there, Theo? Yeah, we need to get it. Theo's got to unmute it for himself there.
Okay, I think is that 70 for Makita? Okay, there's Eric on it at the same time.
He has had a fantastic showing.
I'm impressed, yeah.
I didn't think that he would have the foot speed, just knowing his 5K time, which I mean, everything's relative, but
I would love some audio right now because Hunter's talking to Makita. I would like to know what he's saying.
Yeah. Theo, unmute your mic if you can, bud. Sadly, I don't have the ability to unmute him.
Yeah. Okay, Makita's at 80.
There we go. Theo, is Hunter cheering them on there?
Okay, so Makita, his total run split today was 29-22. That's faster than Hunter's ever. That was a minute faster than Hunter went today. That's the third fastest run time that I'm able to see.
Gotta be getting close.
So he's at 103.20 right now.
Dallas, let's make some noise. David McIntyre has less than 10 reps.
Less than 10. Hinman doing really nice for him though.
He's going to be sore tomorrow. 103.41. Got to admit, that's a cool finish line.
And he proved a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, it's like comparing yourself to Hunters, like comparing yourself to Usain Bolt or Michael Phelps or Tom Brady. Just you can't. They're on a different level. You have to look at everything in a vacuum, and his performance today was great.
Eric Hinman for your Elite Next Division in that third place spot.
And like I mentioned with Hunter, his transitions were a minute and a half slower than last year's Dallas, just based on the setup of this venue. So Magita's 103 and change is probably worth 102 or maybe 101 high.
And I mean, again, keep in mind, this is Magita's first bracket test, and generally, your next time you end up better and better and better. He could definitely be a sub 60-minute guy.
Yeah. Really impressive with Eric, though.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see this coming. This is his first go, and that Iron Man engine has definitely contributed. But, Jack, I don't know how your zooming is, but if you want to take a crack at that, you go right ahead.
I'll let you.
I think it says Luke and Viola would have kicked some ass. I'm pretty sure that's the exact translation.
Yeah.
And I can't agree anymore.
So who's giving Eric any competition? All right, someone's coming in right now. Kempson, maybe?
Looks like Kempson.
That's his running form.
Yeah.
Kempson's really good with the wall balls, but.
And again, yeah, there's no hard to say. The power belly has arrived.
Yeah.
There's the 2021 Hyrox in Dallas.
You're fine.
Okay, so heading in. Oh, yeah, there's a big gap between Kempson and Eric.
Can you guys hear me?
Hold on. Yeah, we can hear you, Matt.
I just heard David say I went way too hard on the sled.
Yeah.
Probably wanted to stay in contact. That's probably it.
Again, that's tough. You have to make that choice, right? I mean, he went in there saying he's going to run his own race, but at the same time, as you said, Jack, if you lose contact, Hinman.
Impressive. So he's about 66.
Thank you very much, Stephen Smith. Glad you're tuned in, bud.
All right, so is it going to be Alex or Kempson? So the two of us both didn't. It's not that we counted Eric out. I just thought Alex would have had a better race with his experience in 4 races in the past.
I will say I counted Eric out. I did not think that he would be in the mix there. I didn't think he had the foot speed for it, but
I thought he had the foot speed. I didn't know he had the strength because he is a solid runner based on what I looked up for him. Low 17, 5K, and he is a CrossFitter, just not the same level as some of the higher ups. But
yeah,
clearly a great debut.
Oh yeah, and again, Alex is moving pretty good on this. Well, he's still breaking though.
Has Kempson stopped?
I think he did have a break.
Okay.
Yeah, there's another one.
There's a stop. Yeah. These are 20-pound wall balls to a 10-foot target. This will determine who's 4th or 5th, Alex or Matt Kempson.
And if you're out there thinking, I can do 100 in a row, maybe you can, maybe you can't. But do it after an hour of absolute torture.
Yeah, on muscles that have already been worked that are going to affect this.
And again, this is a good showing for Kempson here. This is,
Yeah, his best time, he went 107.56, which is what we're at right now. So he's going to be slower, but the transitions, like I've mentioned a couple times, they don't have the same layout at every single venue, so you can't necessarily compare the final time. It's more run plus workout that you need to compare.
Yeah, and I love seeing Hunter there cheering the guys on.
What do you think his heart rate's at now? He's probably down in like the 120s or so at this point.
Oh, Hunter, yeah.
Do you think if Hunter ran it again, like just like they did in the CrossFit Games where they did that run and you reach the halfway point and it's like, oh, you got to turn around, and they didn't know it? Do you think Hunter would still win the race if he did this one more time?
Killian's coming in now.
Oh yeah, I don't think his pace would change that much. I mean, he looked control. I'm happy to see Killian here.
Yep.
I was pretty worried. I just hope that afterwards he hasn't done any real damage.
Agreed. So Killian got there 3:15 behind Alex in 6th. So I think that actually Alex and Matt Kempson, they got there 5 seconds apart. Matt got there slightly before. So it comes down to who can do these wall balls faster, honestly.
And they both are taking breaks.
It looked like Matt had bigger chunks earlier.
Yeah. Can we get a thing, Theo? Have they flashed a sign up for Matt Kempson? Do you have any idea what rep he's at?
I'm trying to listen. He's 70 on Matt.
70
How about Alex?
See if I can find out. What are we at? 88.
Oh,
88. Ooh.
There she is, Annette across the finish line.
Kempson 75.
yeah, Alex is going to get this.
Yeah.
He's looking smooth still. Good depth on it.
Well, I
He's
think
gonna
that's that
finish this.
experience.
Couple left and he's done.
That experience and knowing
That's
how to pace himself.
How insane is that? Hunter has been done for over 12 minutes.
Well, the pizza almost has had time to get to him.
Yeah.
And another 10 minutes, and he can start sharing slices. That was a good run by Alex. He performed well. I think that Eric Hinman was a surprise.
I agree. We both picked Alex in 3rd, so that was just a great performance by Eric to knock him out of it. And I mean, I hope that these guys end up doing more races. And it's cool. Alex came over from outside the U.S. I think he's from Austria.
Hey guys, I think the difference maker here was Kempson had several no reps. His ball wasn't high enough on the target.
Oh, good job, Theo. Nice.
He's still cutting it really close on several of them.
Well, again, Kempson's not a very tall guy.
Yeah, he's probably about 5'8", maybe 5'8", 5'9".
Give that for Miss Holly. Coming across the finish line strong.
All we have left to see come in, we need to see Grant McCartney and Elijah Muhammed.
Yeah, there's Elijah. I
back
just saw him run by.
in the back.
The fact that he's here after doing those 3 CrossFit,
Elijah!
semifinals, quarterfinals, like doing 3 of those hard workouts within the past day, that's insane.
There's Kempson.
There goes Kempson.
Kempson about 111.30.
And with Elijah, too, those workouts were super pistol squat heavy. Like, for this, you just got to destroy him.
Your legs are not working after that, so impressive.
And that's Matt there.
What do we got?
65.
65 for Killian right now.
Okay. So Eric actually, he ran 31:45 for his 5 miles. So he was holding about 6:20 pace or so.
That is very solid.
Pretty solid. Matt Kempson was 35:16 on his, so he was holding a little over 7. So clearly his running isn't where it used to be. Alex was holding about 6:50 pace. Hunter and McGee were just on another level with the runs.
So did Alex have his drop off as he seems to have in his past races?
Let's see. Yeah, Alex, he had 1 lap where he went 5:41. I don't know if that's a typo or something, or just a bad timing chip, but he was pretty solid on most of these compared to where he's been in the past.
Here comes Grant.
Grant's coming into the end. There you go.
Killian is definitely getting deep enough. Looks like his butt's on the ground.
Easy might be looking to go once. Broken here for the
Check out Elijah here.
Yep.
He's
What
not
are we
broke
on?
yet.
47.
See what I mean? Do you remember when I mentioned in the women's race that he's not? They won't keep their arms up. He's kind of doing that butterfly technique to rest his shoulders.
And that just rests the shoulders and gets a little blood flowing, does it?
You see Killian's keeping his arms straight up.
I'll be able to make it.
Look
to
at
the
Elijah. He's bringing him around so he doesn't have to keep his shoulders activated.
Yeah, that's nice form and great technique.
Yeah.
Again, unbelievable with the amount of work that he's done today.
There goes Killian.
Killian. 73.45.
All of these are super respectable performances.
I think Killian had the same exact time as me within like a couple seconds.
Which way? A couple seconds for you or against
I was like 73.30 something. He was 40 something.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
But Killian with his calf injury.
Hey guys, I think I'm gonna get a word with Hunter here. Hang on a second.
All right. As soon as you get him, we'll put you on the screen. Now he's not quite flailing as much now. So is that just fatigue setting in?
I couldn't tell. I mean, he's obviously fatigued after his
finally get tired?
past couple days. Yeah, he's finally allowed to be tired.
All right, can I get you for a second, buddy? All right, get my mic on, boys.
You're on.
You're up.
Enhance my microphone. Let's get some makeup on. Make sure the lighting's good. And hit the mics in the background. I want to have a crisper sound.
Hunter, a question for you. He jumped out quick as you assumed he probably would. Were you ever worried in those first two stations, or you just knew you had to do your thing?
I knew I had to do my thing. Like, everybody shoots their shot in the first 15 minutes of the race, and then they all disappear. And there's nothing wrong with what McIntyre did. Like, he shot for the stars. He was sassy about it, and we shook hands at the end, and we cleared up all the drama. But, no, man, I knew what I had to do. I wanted to really set the world record. If I had to guess, the way that this new course is set up with a different sled style and some of this, the way that the course is designed with 3 laps instead of 2, this course is about 2 minutes slower than usual.
Yeah,
just because it takes longer to like pull the thing twice instead of once.
Yeah, you're pulling it 4 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Matt, tell him it was about a minute 40 slower.
Reset. It's an additional double lengths. And also, this course is just very different than like a Miami or a Chicago.
Let's talk to our boy Hinman over here. Hinman, was this your first ever Hyrox?
My first ever Hyrox.
How do you feel, my friend?
I'm tired as fuck. That was hard. My legs hurt, my hamstrings especially. Much harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be reversed. I thought the running would be the hard part and the workouts would be a little easier, but the workouts in between the runs were what really hurt. The run was just kind of cruise control.
Did you have when you said at the starting line, were you like, hey, I'm happy with the podium, I'm happy with top 5? Like,
I'm very happy with how I finished, having not done it before. I'm an old man, I'm 40.
Dude, loving it for the old dudes. But I'm saying, when you started, what did you think you might do?
I had no clue, absolutely no clue. I've only raced against Grant before in the Ultimate Line Trail Run. I know he's a beast, so I knew he was going to be way up ahead of everybody else, but I really didn't know how other people would finish.
All right, way to go, old dude. Jack, you have a question for Hunter?
Tell him that it was a minute 14 slower than last year's Dallas. You take that into account, his run was 10 seconds faster realistically.
You said it was a minute 14 slower than last year's time, is that what you said?
For the rock zone. But if you add up his workout zones plus runs, he was 10 seconds faster.
It was the same exact time.
He said it's the same exact time as last year in Dallas.
Yeah, look it up.
It said 57:34. And then 58:38 this year. But anyway.
I got lost a little bit.
Listen, guys, it's really hard to hear, and we're gonna do some post race interviews and all that. So you want to wrap it up here in a couple minutes?
Sure. Yeah, you want to get Magida on camera?
Yeah, let's grab Magida real quick. Magida. Let's grab Magida.
All right, you go for Magida. Theo, get back on Grant for a second.
You want to talk to the people? We're live. Will you just go where it's quiet a little bit? All right, I've got Magida here. We're walking to where it's quiet. He's still got his gloves on.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, we're just on Grant right now, just watching him finish out. As soon as you get set with Megiddo, we'll go to you.
Yeah. Any update on Killian's injury? If he was feeling it, if that was a cramp, if he was actually injured?
Okay. All right, we're ready with Dave Megiddo, second place today.
Man, that's tough.
So what was the first thing you said to me, though? You said you weren't proud of it, or you were? What did you say to me?
Not my best day, but good, but a good day.
Well, I what I said to you was he's the champ for a reason, but you can't be unhappy that you still, backed up what you said and you beat a lot of people, a lot of great athletes today.
Yeah, no, I didn't get the time I wanted, but it was my first Hyrox, so I think it was a good learning experience, and I think I went a little too hard early. My game plan was to hold back early, and then I got kind of whipped up into like a frenzy because the crowd is crazy, and I was like side by side with Hunter, like moving the sled, and I was like, oh, okay. He looked like he was hurting on the sled, and I was like, I got this. And then came off the sled, and I was like, okay, I'm still all right. I came in ahead of him on the pole, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna drop him. And then he destroyed me on the pole. The pole was much heavier than I anticipated. Like, I've been training with 100 pounds more than that, but it just hits harder.
Right, because you've done all the running and you've done everything else.
No, but in my simulations with all the running, like it just hit heavier. That sled was a different. I gotta get a couple sleds that are the exact same as that because the way the weight distributes is different. It's heavier, right. And I learned a lot. I cramped up for the final 2 runs and I had to just kind of hold it together. But it was fun. I mean, it was fun. It was miserable. I'll take second.
Is this something you want to continue to focus your training on?
During the race, I was like, I never want to do this again. Yeah, for sure. I think this is going to be the best sport for me of all of them. Like I was saying before, and I told you, I think that this is the best. Obstacle racing is fun for me, but I'm not at that top level, and I want to be at the top level here. So I think this is the right sport for me. So, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything. I'm just being realistic. This is a good fit for me. So I liked it. Hunter beat my butt today. He really did. But I'm going to improve a lot, I think, over the next couple of races.
All right. Great job, dude. Go rest. Talk to you later. I'll find you later, dude.
All right, Matt, we've lost Theo's camera, so you're the only one.
Matt, did Killian get hurt?
Turn back towards me, or hang on, guys. Let me turn around here. We can do some final thoughts.
Yep.
Hey, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely got to do a post episode here very soon.
Oh, Dave's not good enough?
Oh,
well,
that's right.
Sorry, Dave. Yes, Dave as well. Sorry.
That's all right. I've got Megiddo lined up for tomorrow night.
Oh, geez. On the OFX podcast?
That is correct, sir.
All right. We give you a little shout out. Tell people where they can find it and maybe what day it releases or something.
Yeah, just look on YouTube for Obstacle Fitness X, and I should have David Megiddo on for Monday morning. And if you check back, we had Rachel on yesterday. So.
Well, you could pull all of us up. Pull all 3 of us up. Well, what are your overall thoughts on the day, gentlemen? Jack, you first.
I think men's side kind of went how we thought it would, where Megiddo would be there for a little bit, but Hunter is the king. Women's side, that was definitely going to be the more exciting race from the start, just based on the parity throughout the field. I think it was a little deeper than the men's field, and it lived up to expectations. I was pretty impressed by Rachel. Didn't think she'd get the win. I thought Rebecca would be there, and Lauren would, do what Lauren's been doing for the past year. But it was great battles throughout, a lot of lead changes and stuff. So I thought it was a really good event.
Ugly Dave.
Yeah, for me, again, with Rachel, I did have faith that Rachel would do really well. I picked her second. I did not think she would get the win. I was, pleasantly surprised with that. She's a very sweet person and did great. She was only 32nd behind the males, behind third place of the men. So, I mean, that's...
Why didn't we do a Yancey Camp contest for this?
I should have, yeah.
Next time. So, have you guys heard about the Chicago U.S. Championship?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you have to qualify for it.
So because of COVID and the world shutting down, blah, 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 the world champs that usually happens in Germany isn't going to happen. But there's going to be a U.S. championship in what city?
Chicago, you said?
Chicago. And it's going to be a similar payout to this. You're going to have to qualify at one of these, okay? So you're gonna have to go to Austin, LA, one of those to qualify for it.
LA is the same weekend as OCR Worlds and Tahoe. So.
All right. Well, then if you like those other races, then you won't be able to come.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: I'm not.
Wait a minute, Roger Lockridge. Hang on a second. Is that
Okay.
Roger Lockridge from bodybuilding.com? Do you guys know who that is? He's a legend. You're a legend, mate.
Nope.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sure about this, but I would imagine that those who qualified for the World Championships, because a lot of us did actually qualify through the VCF, probably carry over to that Chicago Championship. That'd be something to look into for sure.
Yeah. Email Gary Bellinger for those questions.
Is that for U.S. athletes only? So you will not.
No, they're just calling it the U.S. Championship.
Okay.
But it's for whoever, but it's not the World Championship. They're going to call it the U.S. Championship.
Because I was going to say, I would love to see, some of the athletes who couldn't make it today end up racing, or even like a Chris Woolley from Australia who wasn't on the list, or Lucas or Viola. Love to see them.
Well, I talked to I'm awesome after about 6 hours.
You keep thinking on that one, yeah. So, while Matt thinks of that, what do you think that? How do you think the European influence for the women, especially? I mean, Viola, Sarah Colty, Imke. How would they have affected today if they were involved in today?
Oh, that's a tough one to answer. I think that as close as it was in the finish here, it would have been just as close. I don't think there would have been a runaway. I know that Rachel not necessarily ran away with it, but because she was only like 30 seconds ahead entering the wall balls right there. But I think that you would have had 5-6 women on the wall balls at the same time.
Yeah, because you're talking about some of the top women's times in CrossFit between those three women.
Yeah, Sarah Colty, she has a world record, and Viola just barely lost the world championship. Yeah, you've got some, and Imke, just fantastic runner with some great times, previous world champion.
So Christian is the name I was looking for. Christian, the one of the founders, the guy who runs this whole thing. I said, pretty great day, huh? He's like, yeah, but we have to get Atkins here. We have to get Kent here. We got to get Lucas. So he wants to see it. And I think it would have been great. Like, can you even imagine sprinkling in those guys, what the top 5 might have looked like?
No, I think Kent probably would have been second, my guess.
Really?
Yeah. He's gone under an hour. Like,
right?
he's just as good of a runner as Hunter, and he's a little bit slower on each of the workout zones, but he's...
How far off the record was Hunter?
Hunter, he was like 50. It's so hard to tell because of the, the transition zones and stuff, but I think the record was 57:34. And then today he was like 58:38. So that's...
Yeah, and he brought up a really good point. It's never apples to apples with this because, not just because of carpet differential, but because of 3 laps versus 2, transitioning with the pull twice. That's valuable seconds, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just give you this, Matt. I don't know if you heard it. He set the record for the fastest burpee broad jumps. He set the record for the fastest lunges, set the fastest for the farmers. Like, Hunter was on today. So I think there's no denying, like, if you compare apples to apples, take away some of those extra runs between the sled stuff, and it was a minute 14 less for the transition time. Right there, you're looking at, he's probably faster than he's ever been.
Yeah, under the same situation, he may have broke it. If the course layout was identical to the one before.
Well, listen, we're gonna wrap it down here in a minute. If you'd like to see more of this amazing live coverage, you can donate money right there in the bottom right. Hit that little button, and then we'll maybe go to that one in Chicago. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh yeah. I hope it's at the same venue, that Navy Pier. That was a really cool location.
Would you be there, Jack Bauer?
Depends on the date. Yeah.
Would you do the event? When are you going to stop being injured?
I'll do the next one if I'm healthy enough to start doing it again.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Check out Jack Bauer's amazing stats everywhere. He's on my podcast. He's on this stuff. He's got stats for 10 years of OCR on the Anti-Camp website. Dave Claxton at the OFX podcast up there in the Great White North. And we'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Take care, eh?